All right, good evening, everybody. Chris White here. If this is the first time you've been joining me on a live stream, I am the owner of a company called Creative Investing Club. And what we do is we work with our private lenders to invest in single-family homes and specifically in cash-flowing real estate, where we are able to pay our private lenders 12% cash-on-cash return every month, wired direct into their bank account. So on the video today, what I want to talk about is how we honor our commitment to make our private lenders the number one client in our business. Okay, so we've got 5 core commitments that we choose to honor to back that up, so it's not just talk. I want to talk about commitment number 1 on this video, and that commitment is safety. Now, before I get into that, I'd love for your help in helping me game the algorithm here on the interwebs. Specifically, if you're on live with me, if you just post a comment on whatever platform you're on, that's going to help boost this video to the top of the feed, and it's going to get this message out to more people, number 1. Number 2, if you would like the video, if you would share the video, that would be awesome. And then the last thing I would encourage you to do, if you've got any questions around cash flowing real estate, any questions at all, please put that in the comments and we will answer your question in one of our future videos. Okay, so without further ado, let's dive in. Commitment number 1 is safety. This is our commitment to our private lenders, who are the number one client inside of our business model. And when we talk about safety, what we mean by that is that the capital of our private lenders must be kept safe at all costs. Okay, that's one thing we talk about a lot on our team. The capital must be kept safe at all costs, and we honor this with 3 key measures. And that's what I want to share with you today. And the first measure is that all monies are wired to and from a trust account with every single deal that we do. Now, what do I mean by that? How does that work? So here's how a typical deal process might work in our company. We get a deal under contract. It's going to be an off-market deal, typically at a deep discount always. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to call up our private lender and I'm going to say, hey, we just got this deeply discounted property under contract, and it's going to require $160,000 to purchase. Would you like to get into this deal? Our private lender will, of course, say yes. And then the very next step is for our private lender to wire their $160,000 straight over to the title company into the escrow account, where that money is going to be held as all of the underwriting and all of the paperwork is being executed on to get this deal to the closing table. Now, that's important because the other way that the money could flow is I could say, hey, send all that money directly to my bank account. Right now, there's an extra step that would be involved there. Lots of things can happen with wires going back and forth between personal bank accounts. And then, of course, the money's sitting in my account. And really, that money needs to get to the title company in order for this deal to get all the way through the closing process and get funded. Okay, so there's a lot of investment companies out there that will have you wire your money straight to them, and then they'll send it to the title company. That's not how we operate. We don't believe that is the safest way to protect our private lenders' money, is by having them send it to us. So measure number 1 with this cornerstone of commitment inside of our model is to always make sure the monies are wired straight to the title company. Measure number 2 on how we keep our private lenders' money safe is we only acquire properties with a maximum 75% loan to value. And what that does is that creates a very strong minimum 25% equity position. Okay, so what do we mean by that? That means if a property is worth, let's say, $100,000, we are never going to pay more than $75,000 for that $100,000 property. Oftentimes, we'll pay less than that. We'll pay $60,000, $50,000. We've paid as little as $30,000 before on a $100,000 property. Now, how do we do that? That's actually another video I'd like to shoot at some point in the future to talk to you about how we get properties at such deep discounts. But just for this video, understand that one of the ways we create maximum safety for our private lenders to protect their money is we never buy a property for more than 75% loan to value, often less, okay? Which is going to not only create that strong equity position, it's going to create an incredibly strong cash flow position for everybody on the deal team. And then what that does is that empowers us to then pay our private lenders that 12% cash on cash return, which is really some of the top returns being paid in the market right now. Okay, that's measure number 2. And then measure number 3 is that our lenders, our private lenders, are always going to be added as the loss payee on our insurance policies to create maximum protection. So if you were to open up any one of the insurance policies that we have on all the properties inside of our portfolio currently, you would see on all of those policies, our private lender's name is on that policy. And of course, what that's going to do is, you know, if there's ever an insurance claim in a worst case scenario, let's say the house burns down, the insurance company is going to open up that insurance policy and they are going to see our private lender as the loss payee. And that's going to allow us to make our private lender whole again in the event that a worst case scenario happened. Now, that's never happened to us before, but it's one extra step we like to take with our private lenders just to make sure that they do feel and experience maximum safety with our company inside of any deal we're doing with them the minute they wire that money over to the title company. Okay, so that is cornerstone number 1, safety, which is what we do to honor our private lenders as the number 1 client in our business. In future videos, I'll share cornerstones 2 through 5. I don't want this video to be too long, otherwise I do it here. So we'll do that on a future video. The last thing I'll say before we jump off here is if you've ever thought about getting into cash flowing real estate, there's never been a better time than now. And that's because a lot of people have been scared off because of the high interest rates. They've gone to the sidelines, and there are a lot of incredible deals out in the market that companies like ours who understand how to get those off-market, deeply discounted deals are able to acquire. And that creates incredible opportunities for private lenders to get that consistent monthly cash flow wired direct to their bank account month in and month out. So if that interests you, if you've ever thought about getting into cash flowing real estate, if you've got a portfolio right now that's maybe been down because, you know, the market hasn't been great over the last, several years, and you just like to jump on a call, I offer a free, no obligation strategy session where we can just get on a call. I can answer all of your questions, and really ultimately together we can decide if putting your capital together with our world-class team makes sense for both of us. Okay, so you can reach out to me by giving me a call on my cell phone, sending me a text at 303-725-2299. I'd love to meet you at the least and see if it might be good for both of us to work together. All right, that's all I got. I hope you have a great evening. Hey, thanks for your trust. I want you to know we don't take it for granted, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.